Hello, it's Adedoyin Jaiyesimi here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the fourth and the final module in the blueprint of executive communications bite-sized comms course, and we're going to be talking about working and collaborating with executives successfully. Because if you want to do executive communications well, you have to work successfully with your executive, and it's not always the easiest thing to do. So let's get into the module. I have to just say this, working with executives is not a walk in the park. From their absolutely tight schedules to some of them that they may have very interesting personalities, and you're like, so some of them can be a bit eccentric, some of them go towards the negative side, they have unique preferences, how they like things to be done. You have to master how to collaborate with them to be able to do this effectively. So, what are the things you should pay attention to when you're working with an executive? You have to, first of all, win their trust. If they don't trust you, you're going to be very, very frustrated. They're not going to trust your counsel. They're not going to trust what you're doing. They're not going to trust your opinion. Let me tell you something. It's just that trust. Aim to have it. The next thing is maintain discretion and confidentiality, because once you win the trust, you're going to have to be around them quite a bit to get some of the content, and you may be privy to certain conversations, maybe over the phone, just because you are around them. That's not the one you now go back. Hey, do you know what I heard Oga say? Do you know what do like this, fam? That's what I like to do, because sometimes I found myself a very interesting setting. I remember this particular executive. I needed to follow them on the journey between their office and their next meeting was when I could get the contents that I needed. And so I had to be in the car, and they had to pick up their other colleague who was also a senior executive. And so I was in fact, it was just such a funny thing that was going on, but they were having a very, very private conversation. And honestly, sometimes it's almost as if I have split personality. The minute I got down from that car, that conversation did not happen. I like I said, it's very, very important. Maintain discretion and confidentiality. You don't want to be, just be doing cho everywhere. Communicate clearly in the language that the executive understands. A lot of them don't understand social media. So you're speaking to them in social media metrics. Oh, I'm trying to get engagement. Oh, we want to do this. And you have to communicate it in a way that they understand, which is why doing that audit at the beginning is so important. Being able to then tie it to outcome and results that they're like, okay, I get this. I understand this. And then be flexible and professional, but set boundaries. I was still telling someone very recently that I have a 10 p.m. D&D on my phone, because I've learned over the years, I don't want somebody to be calling me at 1 a.m. about content calendar. I'm so sorry, I'm sleeping. And yeah, so some of you that you are in a 9 to 5, maybe you don't have that luxury, but I'm an advisor, and yeah, I'm like, please, I want to sleep. But you need to be able to set boundaries so that you also maintain balance in how you work as well. And then learn to show grace. I think that sometimes we put these executives on such a high pedestal that we forget that they're human. And when their human side shows, we're just like, how can that executive say this or behave this way? And of course, being a leader, the stakes are much higher for you. Much more is expected. But I'm also learning to show grace to the executives that I work with and I advise. So here are some tips that I would like to share with you. Take your time to really understand your executive. It actually does make a difference. Get to know them. Listen a lot when you're around them. You're not going to be around them all the time. Whenever you get the opportunity to be around them, listen to them, really understand like their nuances, understand their preferences, try to really understand where they are coming from. It will really, really help you. It also help you when you're developing your strategy, when you're thinking about the content, when you're thinking about what to recommend to them. So you make a business case for your recommendations and be armed with data. This is especially for those that are like, why do I have to be on LinkedIn? Why do I have to be on the media? You need to make a business case, and it has to be tied to something tangible, something that they feel like, yeah, this is really important. Position yourself as a problem solver and a strategic thinker. That's one of the ways that senior people would respect you, because you're not just thinking communications, you're thinking, which is why, again, I keep saying, tie it to the organization's perspective, have outcomes that, yes, helps in terms of, okay, this is the direction that we're going, and be someone that problem solve. So if an issue comes up, you're already thinking about the solutions, right? And then you be proactive, anticipate what they need, put things in place to help them to take action. So usually with my executives, I want them to do something. I've thought about what are the things they need. I'm ready. So when they come, oh, but I don't have this. No, I've thought about it. Oh, I've created this. Oh, it's ready, because anything that's going to prevent you from doing what I want you to do, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it out of the way. So that's really what, because again, they're busy. People are having coming to them with so many requests. Their brain, I don't know how they do it. And this is why I say you have to give your executive grace, because maybe if you were in their shoes dealing with all the 1001 tabs that are open in their brain, maybe you'll be more cranky than they are. So before you say, oh, this executive is always cranky, try and put yourself in their shoes, but anticipate what they need, put things in place that will help them to action or take an action or take a step in a direction of what you want them to do. And what you should really know about executives is that they want to see results. So ensure that you work towards getting real and tangible results that they will value. So this media feature that we've just secured, this is the ripple effects. This is what it did. This, this post on LinkedIn that gained this amount of likes, this amount of comments, this amount of engagement. This is what it did for the brand. This is, you really have to contextualize some of those results. And I would just say, like I would say for every communications team, create a dashboard with the results so that month on month, quarter on quarter, year on year, you're really able to show, hey, here's the difference. When we first started on LinkedIn, this is where we are. This is how this is contributing towards. This is your ranking. This is all of those things. This is, you were featured in this list, and it's as a result of this work we've been doing because they quoted something that we've posted. All of those things, you have to evidence, and results. They want to be able to see that. It's important for you to get their buy-in. And so you present your strategy in a way that is very, very clear, which is why you saw that template at the very beginning. Top line, bam, bam, bam. This is what we're trying to do here. So it's very, very clear. There's no confusion, so that when they want to ask questions, you can now send them the full thing. So I usually have like a one pager that outlines this is what we're trying to do. Then you will now have the full strategy deck with what if they want to go deeper into it or they have questions. I can easily pull up a slide that speaks to what it is that they're asking and have a clear and concise ask. Again, they are very, very busy. They have a lot of things that they're thinking about. So you want to go straight to the point. Give the executive time to think through your plan and prepare ahead for the questions that they may have. Again, it just really speaks to you thinking about them. It's helping them to reduce those barriers that bring hesitation. So whatever hesitation or concerns they have, you're already thinking ahead about, oh, this is the answer to that and all of that. Always think about the context and lead with the benefits. Here's why this is important. Here's why we should do this. This is the results. This is what it will do. This is how it will make us stand out. This is how it will help us to achieve this goal. Always think about that. Ensure that your results are properly documented. I've already shared that before. You want to report your impact using the right language. There's a language that executives understand, and you have to make sure that you are communicating your results in that language and use the right terminologies. And then you want to tie wins and successes to the overarching corporate strategy and goals, because for a lot of these executives, it's for the organization. Left to them, they just leave me alone. I don't want to be engaging. But what is the ripple effect that it is having in terms of, is this opening a door to key stakeholders? Is this giving us visibility in certain markets? What exactly is this doing for us? And we must be able to articulate those results. So we've come to the end of this bite-sized comms course. So if you have been or you are managing communications for your executives, you're having to do social media strategy, thought leadership, I hope that the content that has been shared in these 4 modules will help you to think strategically and holistically about what you're doing. You're not just going to manage social media in isolation or create content in isolation. I really wanted to go through the fundamentals and break it down so that you're coming to it with a more strategic approach when you're choosing your tactics, you're choosing your channels, you're choosing the kind of content themes and formats. It is well informed, it is insight driven, it is what will deliver results. And then you're thinking about your metrics, or you're thinking about how to measure it, so that at the end of the day, you put your executive in great light. But most importantly, you're also delivering results that impact positively on your organization. I hope that you have found this content of the course valuable as always, please feel free to share your feedback with me, because your feedback helps me to also improve future bite-sized comms courses. And I look forward to reading your comments. I look forward to seeing your questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And feel free to follow me on all the other platforms. You can subscribe here on YouTube to stay informed of future content and bite-sized comms courses. I'm on LinkedIn as Adedoyin Jaiyesimi. You can visit my website, www.adedoyinjaiyesimi.com. I actually just recently upgraded my website. I've not done the big review, but there's a whole lot coming in my website. Maybe I'll do a separate video just to announce the changes and what's coming on that platform. You can read my books at bit.ly/books by Adedoyin. I have A's for Audacity, which is a book that I absolutely think you should read. It's available for sale. And then I also have free books there that you can download. And then the Comms Mentorship Circle Substack, which you can also visit with. I mean, I'm not as consistent as I want to be there, but amen, amen, amen. I'm going to change that. Anyway, let me stop yapping. Thank you so much for sticking with me in this bite-sized comms course. I look forward to engaging with you on other content that I will share on this channel. And I want to say it here for everyone that comes to my channel, watches my video, we post on different channels. Some of you tag me on LinkedIn, Instagram, WhatsApp story. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really appreciate that you're learning a lot from my platform, and I'm looking forward to sharing more knowledge, more information, more content that helps you to do your job excellently well as a communications professional. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.